What is going on, everyone? Welcome to my channel. It is your boy Ed Parcero, Philly native of all things sports and culture in the beautiful city of Philadelphia. But today, guys, we're not in Philly. We are in beautiful Jersey Shore, Brigantine, New Jersey, to be exact here. Getting away, relaxing a little bit, but we still got some business on the table. And of course, I haven't made a Phillies video in about 2 days now. It's been rough. It's been really rough with Philly sports, but the Phillies have been really rough to watch, guys. I can't. I just can't. I needed a break. Today I will be watching, though. We have about 5 hours until the first pitch gets thrown between the Braves and the Phillies. But I just wanted to talk about some of the moves that the Phillies made and just briefly touch upon yesterday's game because I did rewatch and I got informed of what happened, and I want to talk about a couple things, guys. So first off, with the Phillies, they made two trades that hopefully can help this bullpen that has been absolutely god awful. It's been garbage. It's been embarrassing as a Phillies fan to watch. But they were the front office was busy on Friday, and we have been calling out Matt Klentak, asking for him to just do something, make a move, do like this bullpen. You like the fact that the Phillies went into the season thinking that the bullpen could produce for us was a joke. And now you need to try to find a way to just make up for this bullpen and how bad it's really been. You can't expect Joe Girardi to just change this whole bullpen around with how bad they are. So the first move that the Phillies made was they went out to the New York Yankees and made a trade for David Hale, a veteran arm. He's about 32 years old, and he is a solid arm as well. He's been someone who has been sitting in the Yankees farm system. He deserves to be in some Major League Baseball's bullpen, and for the Phillies, they made it happen. We did send over Addison Russ to the New York Yankees, not Addison Ray, Addison Russ. I had to get that TikTok reference out there. But Addison Russ got sent over to the New York Yankees. A promising prospect who showed us a little something last year was Addison Russ. But for David Hale, he's a guy who has a 3 ERA in 2020 thus far. In his career, he's a 4.23 ERA type of pitcher. And he's a local college boy. He went to Princeton, New Jersey. That territory is controversial, whether you consider that South Jersey or Philly territory or not. It's up to your debate, but he is a Princeton boy, and hopefully he can help out with this bullpen. Hopefully the Yankees are right, that he was someone that does deserve to be in the majors. And listen, anything is better than what we have had in this bullpen thus far, guys. It truly has been. And then the second move that they made was a little bit more exciting. The Phillies traded with the Boston Red Sox. The Phillies traded with two AL East teams. It's a little interesting there. Usually you want to go for some hitting in the AL East, not pitching. But regardless, hopefully these moves can help out. The Phillies got two pitchers in this trade and sent over two pitchers. So we sent over Nick Pivetta. I know a lot of Phillies fans are excited. Nick Pivetta has finally gone out of Philly. A guy who was in the rotation last year, put in the bullpen, still cannot pitch. So now he's getting sent over to Boston, and Boston's hopes that they could turn him around. We also sent over another promising young pitcher in Connor Siebold. Again, another promising guy. And in return, we get Brandon Workman and Heath Hembry. So with these two guys, these are two guys that can help us right away. Brandon Workman has some closing experience, so you can just slide him over to the closer, move Hector Neris back up as a setup guy, and I think that will work better for Mr. Hector Neris. And of course, Connor Workman can do his thing as far as a closer goes. For Workman, he has a 4.05 ERA thus far this season, a 3.75 career ERA, and for Embry, he brings you some velocity. We need a velocity in this bullpen. I'm sick and tired of seeing these guys throwing 80 miles per hour. We need someone who can throw that heat. Like I'm watching the Blue Jays game, right? And you see in the first game a guy like Romero who's throwing like 90s as in closing this game out. And that's what we need in the Phillies bullpen. So hopefully Embry can bring that velocity into that bullpen. These are two guys that are going to help us out, and I'm excited for that. Listen, all these moves with getting Hale, getting Embry, and getting Workman, it's just showing that Klentak is being serious. He wants to end this playoff drought with the Phillies. He thinks it's long enough, and he's making moves out here. Clearly, the Phillies are just, an improved bullpen away from trying to compete. I think that the starting pitching hasn't looked solid thus far, but I think that with Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler, you already know what you got. Those guys can pitch in October baseball. Now it's up to Jake Arrieta, Zach Eflin, and hopefully Spencer Howard can continue his development and figure it out. And if those three guys can improve their level, then I think this starting pitching is enough to get you into the playoffs. And I think that if you improve the bullpen, we can be a solid team come playoff time. And the good news is David Robertson and Ranger Suarez both are getting closer to playing. That is also going to help the bullpen. And you're talking about the bullpen looking like Adam Morgan, Blake Parker, Connor Brogdon, Jose Alvarez. And shouts out Jose Alvarez taking that baseball, that was like 80-mile-per-hour baseball to the nuts. Dude, that was hurting. But then you're talking about David Robertson, Ranger Suarez, Brandon Workman, Embry, Hale. I'm starting to feel a little bit more comfortable, a little better. But of course, when we're talking about the Phillies, enough talk. Let's just see played out on the diamond. So I'm excited for the moves that we made here. That kind of, made up a little bit for the performance that we have seen on the baseball diamond, because it truly has been terrible for the Phillies. I did not want to talk about the Red Sox game. I did not, or actually, I did make a Red Sox video. I'm sorry. I did not want to talk about the doubleheader on Friday or on Thursday. I'm sorry, against the Blue Jays in Buffalo. That was absolutely terrible. Both games, Phillies had leads, and in both games, the Phillies gave up leads. In the first game, they were up 2-0 up until the 6th inning. Then the Blue Jays come back, and then in the 7th inning, they get the walk-off to win the game. And it's all right, whatever. It was a 2-0 lead. Let's just get this win in the second game. Second game, the bats start exploding. We get 7 runs in 1 inning, and again, we allow the Blue Jays to come back with 7 freaking runs of their own, and we lose that game 19. And then we had the chance at the end to win the game, and we still could not do it. De Los Guerra, I'm so glad we made these moves, and I really hope that we do not see De Los Guerra. And it sucks that we cannot get freaking good Latinos here in Philly. Oh man, it's absolutely terrible. I don't remember a time where Philly sports had so many bad Latino athletes. I honestly don't remember a time. Luckily, the Philadelphia Union are saving us through that. Get some water here. And luckily, they are actually produced some good Latinos. But that's besides the point. We'll talk about that a little later. But let's talk about Friday's game, Friday night against the Atlanta Braves. First of 3 games. Absolutely embarrassing loss. And after the debacle that happened in Toronto, we've seen the Phillies bounce back. You saw the Phillies get swept by the Baltimore Orioles, a bad Baltimore Orioles team, and then bounce back and sweep the New York Mets. You would hope that, maybe a little fight, give us a little something against Atlanta. Nah, guys. We fall to the Atlanta Braves 11-2. It was an absolutely embarrassing loss. It was just a lot of sloppy play. The pitching wasn't on par, and Aaron Nola, it's unfortunate because I'm not going to rip Aaron Nola here. It just wasn't his day, and that's going to happen as a starting pitcher in Major League Baseball. Those guys have those days. For Aaron, it's just unfortunate because, we do rely a lot on Aaron because he is our ace, and you're talking about one of the worst pitching staffs in Major League Baseball. But for Aaron, he went 2 2/3 inning pitched. He allowed 6 hits, 4 earned runs, and he only had 3 strikeouts. So it wasn't the typical Aaron Nola start that we were accustomed to. Him throwing 8, 10, 12 strikeouts. Today was only 3, and it's just literally, it was just a ripple effect. Once that first home run for d'Arnaud went, it just felt like all the runs just started going, and and Aaron could not save it. Neither could this bullpen save it as well, and it was just a rough day to begin with. It just sucks that he couldn't get out of that hole. Phillies hitting did not help at all either. Only 7 hits with 2 runs. No Bryce Harper in this game. He was getting some rest for this first game against Atlanta, and it was just unfortunate that the Phillies really could not do anything. And it's the only RBIs that we got. The 2 RBIs that we got were from bench players. Andrew Knapp and Phil Gosselin got the RBIs, and this bench has really been pretty solid for the Phillies. When you got you got Gosselin doing what he's doing. Andrew Knapp has taken advantage of his opportunities. Neil Walker also has had some solid games as well. If you want to throw in Roman Quinn, when he gets on base, he's dangerous, but he needs to get on base, and his outfield is a little spotty sometimes as well, but that's besides the point. The hitting was absolutely terrible, and Atlanta literally took over this game. Once that first run came in, they just kept going. Atlanta had 3 different guys had multiple hits. And Darno and Marcell Ozuna had 3 hits themselves. Marcell Ozuna had 2 home runs in this game. Like the bats were on fire down in the A, and there was literally nothing we can do. Scott Kingery had the play of the game in the bottom of the second inning when he went up to center field and just ripped that ball up, and he went up and got it. Like he jumped and went up and got it. That was definitely a nice play by him, but unfortunately his hitting is still absolutely putrid. He went two or 1 for 4 on the day. His batting average is still around 100, and he needs to get his head out of his ass. He is the worst hitter on this Phillies starting lineup, and the fact is that we were expecting so much more from Scott Kingery. Nice play, Scott. But we need the hitting. We need the bat to start coming alive, Scott. So that is something that I don't know if it's going to be fixed in the next couple of days. I don't know if you need to assign him, if you need to just go to the minor leagues and just, work on it every day. But he is on a bad slide right now. So game 2 is tonight, guys, 7:05. We have Zach Wheeler going up against Robbie Erlin. Zach did not have a good outing the last time we saw him. And hopefully he can bounce back as well. And let's hope he gets another Aaron Nola game here. But man, I don't know what to expect. Hopefully, I'm assuming Bryce Harper will be back tonight. Haven't heard much word, and we'll see if some of these new pitchers get put out there today, because we need them. We flat out just need them. And I'm sick and tired of bad baseball. Thank God the Flyers actually won, because we were going on a 3-day winless streak here in Philadelphia between the 4 sports that are going on right now with the Sixers, Phillies, Flyers, and the Union. So hopefully the Phillies can give us something, because like we said it so many times on the channel, guys, the Phillies are a lovable team. You got Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto, Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, and you just want them to win, but it's just not a complete team right now, and hopefully we can fix this right now. Guys, that's all I got for you today. In the comments below, let's talk about it. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Phillies going into today's game against Atlanta. Let me know what your thoughts were on these moves here from the Phillies with these trades here. Is Clintek on your good side right now? You let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching again, guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help continue the growth of your favorite Parcero. Until next time, guys, I'm your boy at Parcero Philly, and I'm telling you guys to ring that damn bell. Talk to you soon.